what to do in dull January and what to do in dull February. I have come up with 12 things to do in this dull period, in the dull winter. And I'm doing a collaboration today with My Lufe Wendy. Now, My Lufe Wendy, if you don't know her, is in the over 50 beauty community on YouTube, and she is a charming, lovely soul. She's very warm and actually often quite warm because she's often seen wearing a beanie. Well, not just because she's warm because of her beanie, her personality is warm as well, so she doesn't really need the beanie at all because she just exudes warmth. Anyway, My Lufe Wendy does beauty, and often it's clean beauty. So if you don't know My Lufe Wendy, please do go and visit her channel and see what she has to say as a way of brightening up dull January. I mentioned that Wendy is a beautiful soul. She is one of the first people that actually gave me a shout out, and I was so surprised. It was just such a lovely thought. So thank you, Wendy, and thank you for doing this collaboration as well. If you are coming to me from Wendy, hello, you're very welcome, and I do hope you hang around, not just for this video, but for my other videos as well. So I am delighted to have you. I'm delighted you found my channel, and hopefully you will find inspiration for the over 50 life, mostly fashion, clothes, a bit of beauty and a bit of travel. What I like to think I am is your over 50 sister next door. So I chat about all the things that we're interested in. So grab a coffee and have a chat with me on a regular basis. So what have I come up with? Well, as I said, I have come up with 12 things to do in January. Some are practical and some are just take care of yourself. I asked friends and family, and the overall sort of feel was it is the time for replenishment, because in December we've looked after other people. In January, and I will thank my hairdresser Audrey, giving you a shout out, Audrey, here, I did promise her, she asked, I promised. And Audrey said it's the time for looking after yourself, for nurturing your body and soul, and being selfish. So the first category of most of my items for what to do in January come under being selfish. It is the time we can allow ourselves to be selfish. The first one I came up with of being selfish is to have a massage or a facial, or both. I do both actually, and I wouldn't just do it in January. I have been having facials for quite a few, about a year now, and it is a relax. Sometimes I just go to sleep. Honestly. Anyway, a massage. I'm having massages as well. I have only come to realise the benefit of massages very, very recently. In another video coming up, I'll be talking about my bad back issues. I have been going to osteopaths and chiropractors and so on. It was only by chance I discovered the real benefit of massage regarding that, because I'd gone to an evening where there was a sample. I had a sample for £10, sample massage, and the next day the benefit was just phenomenal. So they are now part of my routine, and I've cut the osteopath and I've cut the chiropractor because they're more expensive, and actually what I really want is all those knots sorted out and delved into and eliminated. So whether you have a bad back or a bad leg or a bad shoulders or a bad neck, whatever, you have massages. Even if you don't have massages, to stop yourself getting them. Plus, anyway, the environment, the oils and all of that, I think it's highly beneficial. I mean, there are people who know about massage and they talk about the lymph system and toxins and all this sort of thing. And so I don't know about that. I can't tell you about that. And so, but there's a lot of information out there that says massages are brilliant and we all should have massages. So book yourself a massage in January. I asked my husband and he said walks. He likes going out in the countryside. It's not too hot and you can wrap up to keep warm, but you don't have to, you know, it's not hot. So you don't have to worry about overheating and being out in the sun and so on. Go for walks and explore the countryside. Hug a tree. My daughter said go to the gym, and I asked her why, and she said because it makes you feel good. Well, some people it might make feel good. Me, at the moment, no. But other people, yes, and other Januaries I have been to the gym. And I carried on. I didn't give up in March. I know a lot of people do. Yeah, go to the gym if that is your thing, or could be your thing, and lose that excess December weight and get fit, ready for the spring and the summer. Another one of mine would be, in winter, in the dull winter, we are not going out into the garden, are we? I mean, English garden at the moment, it's absolutely soggy. So we're not going out planting and pruning and sitting in the sun and lying on the grass and enjoying the greenery. So why not bring the plants indoors? And I don't mean literally go out there and hug them and bring them indoors. I mean is get some indoor plants. Now I've joined a subscription box company. I joined last year, so I get a plant delivered once every quarter. And the one that I use is Bloombox in the UK, but there are others. And I'm sure that whichever country you're watching from, there are box schemes for indoor plants. So explore indoor plant box schemes. Some are monthly, some are quarterly, or you could just choose. I've chosen, in my case, just to have a quarterly regular. So for a year, I get plant and pot. And my thinking is that they're better. The supplier's better at choosing a pot for the plant than I would be. Indoor decor is not my thing. But I am absolutely loving my subscription service, and it's quite exciting seeing the plants arrive because I don't know what they're going to be. So indoor plants, bring your outdoors indoors and get yourself a few indoor plants. Either buy them in the supermarket or garden centre, or get a subscription service. It's quite exciting. I read on the train. I don't have much time for reading in the house on the settee, curled up on a settee or on a sofa or on a chair because I work full time. So I use the opportunity sometimes on the train to read. I have been reading a book recently by Jess Kidd, and it took me right out of my comfort zone because it was a historical novel, and I don't normally tend to read those. It's set in London, Victorian London. It's a mystery. I do read mysteries. It was slightly fantasy, although the main character doesn't believe in fantasy, so you're not sure all the way through actually whether there is a fantasy element or not. And fantasy is my thing, but I learnt a lot about Victorian London, and the book was cool. It's only been recently released. It's called Things in Jars. It is available on Kindle, and I was gifted this to do a read along on Instagram, so bit of a disclaimer there. But I wasn't asked to talk about the book, so I'm telling you off my own back. I really enjoyed the book. Anyway, whatever floats your boat book-wise, read in January. Read. Another thing I would do in January is binge watch the series that I haven't got around to. I really enjoyed Virgin River. Series 1 is finished. If you also liked Virgin River, give Chesapeake Shores a go because that's quite similar. Films as well. Binge watch films. You know those films that come out in a series like Harry Potter. Over Christmas, I binge watched all of the Harry Potter movies. Why? Because I could. Because I had the time. And because they're all out now, so I could actually get to grips with the story. Because I didn't read the books. I read the first book, and I didn't really watch the films because I couldn't understand them. There was too much going on, and I didn't know the sequential storyline. So they're all out. I had the time. I binge watched them over 4 days. Now I know Harry Potter's about Quidditch. That's it, really. That's the story. Oh, and there's some sort of character called Voldemort. Voldemort? Yeah. Quidditch and Voldemort. That's basically it. Oh, and a few wands. A random piece of information is where they go shopping down the alley. I used to work around there. I didn't buy a wand. It would have been useful. I could just magic subscribers, couldn't I? My account would blow up. Anyway, that's another video. Going out with friends. It's a time for going out with friends. Actually, all year is a time for going out with friends. In December, you may not have. In December, you might have concentrated on family. January and February, use the time to go out with friends. So, in my case, just the nuttier the better. I love these two. I just love these two. Anyway, yeah, so make some time for friends in January. And for me, that is nurturing my soul because I just love social impact and I love chatting. Now, I am going to move on to some practical things. I know it's boring, but January and February, we can't just make fun. We do have to do a bit of practical things as well. So here's some ideas on the practical front. Use up the makeup that doesn't suit you. I'm doing this. I'm using the foundation I bought last year. I was told it was warm. It's not as warm as my normal foundation, so it's not really. It's actually cool. So it doesn't really suit me. And what I'm doing is mixing it with one that does and wearing it this time of year. Because this time of year, during the day, I'm leaving home in the dark, I'm getting home in the dark, and I'm in the office in an artificial environment. No one can really see my foundation properly. So I am using up makeup that doesn't suit me in January. And if I haven't finished it in January and February, I'll use it next January and February. So eventually I will use it up and I won't have wasted it. So use up the makeup that doesn't suit you because nobody can see it anyway. Spring clean. Don't wait for the spring because then you're going to be outside in the garden doing bits and pieces, sprucing up out there, sitting out in the sunshine with a cup of coffee. Do your spring cleaning now while you're indoors and it's miserable. And anyway, all the decorations are down. The house looks minimal now, doesn't it? It looks bare and minimal. Take a photo. Well, it's not really, is it? Because honestly, you just get used to that within a week. But still, while the decorations are down and it's still looking nice and minimal to you, give it a darn good clean. Do your spring cleaning now. Then when spring comes, you can go and be out in the garden, doing things out there. Check your decorations. If you've already put them away, get them back out again. Check your Christmas tree lights. Because we found that the ends were frayed. We've chucked them, and this time of year you can get cheap in the sale, good quality in the sale. We bought 2 boxes for the price of lower than the price of one, good quality from the garden centre to replace the ones we just chucked out. They've been stored away for next year. So check your Christmas tree lights. Now the practical one that we do in January. This time of year we make lots of soups. Last year we were given for Christmas Covent Garden Soup Company book, and absolutely love this book. It has a soup a day. We don't make a soup a day, but there's enough recipes in there for a soup a day. And because it's a soup a day, they're seasonal. So we're making soups from the vegetables that are out in season currently. And there's some fantastic flavours. So grab yourself a soup recipe book and make some soups. And make more than you're going to eat. Shove it in the freezer for those busy days, those busy times when you just want a quick meal and you haven't got time to make it. So there's an idea. Another practical idea. Be indoors making soups. Don't limit it to that. Last year we made a load of coq au vin, we made beef bourguignons, we made chilies, we made curries, and we just stocked the freezer up and then ate them during March, April, and then also we were still eating them. We started eating them again in October, November. So that is my 12 things I would do in dull January and dull February. And I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you've come from Wendy, please do hang around and watch a few more videos, and it would really be lovely if you would consider subscribing to my channel and being a regular on the community. So yeah, thank you and goodbye from me.